Hello, my name is Jack Ryan, founder and CEO of LastLock, the commercial smart lock solution that'll be the last lock that you'll ever need. Now, I'm sure that many of you might have been locked out before because you lost your house keys, but have you ever been locked out because you lost your work keys? It's a lot worse, right? Managing access to business is a lot more expensive and complex due to the number of credentials necessary and the number of locks. For the University of Wisconsin-Madison, who has to manage 50,000 people's access to over 388 buildings, the task is even more arduous. For example, if a master key is lost on campus, the university has to pay thousands of dollars in order to replace all the physical locks and also issue out new keys. RFID system solves this problem by being backwards compatible and self-powering, meaning with our proprietary key scanning technology, the LastLock can scan physical keys in order to solve the lost key problem. Additionally, it's in the form factor where it's backwards compatible with previously existing systems. Now for the power side, what we did is we incorporated kind of the mechanical generation you find in your hand crank flashlights in order for our lock never to run out of battery. Now, LastLock was founded last year as part of Generator's first studio accelerator. We've, over the last year, we've grown to a team of 5 engineers with also a number of business people. Filed patents, won the category for the Wisconsin Business Plan competition. We're currently in a certification process to commercially certify our locks. And also building our software platform so they'll be able to sell the LastLock businesses will ever need.
Hey Jack, you talked about radio frequency identification, RFID, as a competitor. What other types of competitive products would be out there to solve this need for commercial buildings?
Yes, sir. So we have basically two kind of main competitors. One is the physical lock, in which you kind of have the lost key problem. Two, you kind of have commercial grade smart locks that have the battery problem. And then, as I mentioned, kind of your RFID system, where it has to be tied into the building power, and so installation is really expensive. The largest competitors in that space is Assa Abloy, who owns HUD, which is kind of the largest RFID supplier, and then they also supply kind of the mechanical locks as well. The mechanical lock market is really interesting because there's kind of 4 main players, and so it's kind of a highly competitive market in that the kind of larger players like to acquire kind of new technology.
I own a couple of commercial developments. I'm struggling a little bit with the benefits. So would you look for new developments? Are you asking folks to rekey?
One of the huge benefits is the retrofit, but basically by solving the lost key problem. So if you had an employee say that you terminated and they exited without returning their key, well, now you have a situation where that key is kind of still out in the wild and can access all of your locks. So it's a security vulnerability.
Where do you most need help?
So currently, the two things that we're engaging with is one, certification. And so in order to sell a commercial lock, it has to be commercially certified. And so we're currently raising a round to fund that process. Additionally, we have the hardware completed and now we're building the software element. And the software is where the real value of the LastLock system comes in. We have a very versatile hardware system, and building a platform on it that anybody can share access instantly is very, very valuable. We're currently manufacturing all in Wisconsin, which is great, but having a little bit of feedback and kind of advisorship in that area would be terrific. On the software side, we have most of our round currently committed, but we cut out a little bit of space so that we can bring in a strategic investor who either represents manufacturing or software.
Thanks, Jack.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Good luck.
David, from your perspective, you talked a little bit about security. Is there a play on locking mechanisms when there's a potential for legal complications or ramifications with security concerns?
Oh yes, negligent security is a big responsibility for all employers and those who are responsible. Oh yes, it's a very, very timely topic.